Hi there, my darling Taurus. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of August the 18th, 2025. So, my darling Taurus, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my Shell Knight Tarot cards and then finish off with Angel Answer cards. All right, my darling Taurus. So, we should be coming out of Mercury retro shadow this week. So things should start to move forward. The readings I've done so far, the energies have been, things of moving forward, completion type of energy. So let's see what's coming in for you. Open up to change. Yeah. And, it may be, my darling Taurus, so this is new moon in Aquarius, it may be that now that Mercury retrograde, the dust has cleared, you're being encouraged to open up to change, my darling Taurus. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I feel that there is a lot of forward movement, and that could be forward movement for you, could be moving forward with a new goal, wish, or dream, being open to things that change. Sometimes I feel that, we feel that, that change can be hard. I know some people aren't good with change. And, it is a case of allowing, whatever's meant for you will not pass you by, my darling Taurus. So, allow the change, even though you might not be able to see why something has changed. I feel, sometimes it's like when we get the Tower card or, even the Death card, people are like, oh no, change. And it's like, no, but change can be good. Sometimes if we don't recognize that change is coming, the universe will, make the changes for you. So I feel like it's always good to be open to change. You can always change back, my darling Taurus. All right, let us see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Nine of Swords, and you've obviously been worried about it. Four of Pentacles, and holding on too tight to the past. And there's the World card. Yeah, like I said, change. Here is, like I said, I think I said there was a lot of completion energy around. Well, here it is here, my darling Taurus. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords in the tarot is a card of, you can see that, look, she's not happy. She's feeling, looks like, exhausted, worried. It is a card of anxiety and worry. It's a card of having swords literally hanging over your head, my darling Taurus. Being in the sleepless nights, playing things over and over and over in your mind, my darling Taurus. And, you need to release this energy. I know it can be hard, but something is causing this energy with you, my darling Taurus. So I feel that, if you are having sleepless nights, if you are having anxiety and worry, do whatever you can to get out of that energy, my darling Taurus. Often even just going for a walk can, help clear your head, can help, get out of your head, my darling Taurus. That's what I feel you need to do here, is get out of your head. And I feel the best way to do that is either exercise, helping someone else, or just taking your mind off it by being preoccupied, my darling Taurus. For myself, when I'm all up in my head and things like that, I switch off by working out. And usually by the end of that workout, I have solved the problem in my head. The workout goes like that because, I'm doing it unconsciously, but I'm also, it just usually comes to me. So go for a walk, get out of your head, my darling Taurus, and try and clear this energy, because it is literally holding you back here with the Four of Pentacles. I feel that this is you holding too tightly onto something, my darling Taurus, and it's stopping you from moving forward, my darling Taurus. I like to say with this card, what are you holding on to for fear of letting go? You know, you can see she's holding on tightly to this pentacle here. She's, you know, almost sitting on these two, and she's got one on her head for whatever reason. But yeah, the Four of Pentacles is that sometimes they call it the miser card in the tarot, but it's holding on too tightly to something. And I feel that when we hold on too tightly to anything, you know, it will just slip through your fingers. But if you can just allow, you know, you leave it in your hand, cup it, allow something to happen, it stays there, my darling Taurus. Give it space. You know, don't give it the energy to keep growing, to keep getting worse, my darling Taurus. I feel with with this Four of Pentacles that you just need to release. You've got the anxiety and worry with that Nine of Swords, and it's like a vicious circle almost for you, that you can't let go of that, so you're holding on too tightly to this. And, you know, I feel that the message for you for this week, my darling Taurus, is A, let go, and B, be open to change. Be open to something new, my darling Taurus. That's what I'm getting here for you with these cards, because here is your outcome, my darling Taurus. You've got the potential here for a whole brand new beginning. Step through to a brand new beginning. You know, the world is the end of the Fool's Journey, my darling Taurus. It is the end of the journey that you have been on. So, and it's a completion energy. So you can finish one journey to start another, my darling Taurus. But if those other energies are holding you back and stopping you from completing what it is that you need to complete, then you're going to feel stuck, my darling Taurus. And maybe it's change that is not allowing you to move forward, my darling Taurus. I feel that actually is what's happening quite strongly here, is that because you've got that open up to change as your overarching energy, that it could be that you're just not wanting to change the trajectory that you are on, my darling Taurus. But that trajectory that you're on is causing you anxiety and worry, and causing you to hold on too tightly when you don't need to. So be open to change, my darling Taurus, because this beautiful world is opening up for you. This world is allowing you to step through to a whole new world, my darling Taurus. So this is what's here for you if you can just let go of this, my darling Taurus. That's what I feel is coming in for you. I have put it all together anyway, but yeah, release this anxiety and worry. Go for a walk, do exercise, get out of your head, help someone else. Release what is holding you back here, my darling Taurus. Release what it is that you're holding on to too tightly for fear of letting go, whatever that is. Be open to change and step through to this, step through into a beautiful new world, my darling Taurus. Loving it. Love, love, love for you. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I am very active and interactive in the comments. So if you've got, if you see something down there that I can't see, by all means, put it in the comments. I do not mind at all. If you resonate with this, let me know. I'd like to know that it's getting through. Yeah, just let me know. All right, let's get final messages for you. Yeah, get more information, they say. And I feel that is part of you being able to move through this energy is to, you know, if you're stuck on something, get more information so it's clearer for you. Trust, yeah. Trust, my darling Taurus, that the universe has a better plan for you. Communicate clearly. Yes. Don't communicate out of fear, my darling Taurus, because I feel that will hold you back. Perfect timing, they say. Yes, it is. Because you got a yes. There it is. So this is what is your potential for you this week, my darling Taurus, if you can just release, you know, this anxiety, this worry energy, and, you know, move through. You've got the energy here to be able to move through to a whole beautiful new world, my darling Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.